The mysterious truth behind sacred relics. Revelations that will leave you speechless. Have you ever wondered if the sacred relics that shaped world history are real or just legends? In this video, we delve into the mysteries behind objects like the Shroud of Turin, the Ark of the Covenant, the Holy Grail, and more. Discover shocking facts, scientific evidence, and theories that will keep you hooked from beginning to end. If you love history, mysteries, and revelations, this video is for you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing content. What if I told you that a simple piece of cloth stored in a cathedral in Italy bears the image of a crucified man who could be Jesus Christ himself, and modern scientific tests still can't prove whether it's real or fake, leaving the entire world in suspense for centuries? That's right. We're talking about the Shroud of Turin, one of the most controversial relics in history. But before we dive in, imagine the impact that objects like this have had on the faith of billions of people over the years. Sacred relics aren't just old things in museums. They're pieces of history that promise direct connections to divine figures, saints, and prophets. And the craziest part is that many of them hide secrets that defy logic and science. Let's start with the basics. What are sacred relics? In simple terms, relics are objects or mortal remains associated with holy people or significant religious events. They can be the bones of saints, pieces of wood from Jesus' cross, or even the teeth of Buddha. People venerate them because they believe these objects carry spiritual power, capable of healing diseases or bringing miracles. But behind this veneration, there are mysteries that will make you question everything. Take the Shroud of Turin, for example. This linen cloth measures about 4 meters long and bears the image of a man with crucifixion marks, wounds on the wrists, feet, side of the body and head, as if he wore a crown of thorns. The image is so detailed that it looks like a photographic negative, something only discovered in the 19th century when someone photographed the shroud for the first time. Shocking, right? How could a cloth from the 1st century have an image that only makes sense with modern technology? Historians say the shroud first appeared in France in the 14th century, owned by a noble family. But there are legends linking it to older events, like the image of Edessa, a Byzantine relic said to show Jesus' face. In 1988, scientists conducted carbon-14 tests and concluded the cloth was medieval, dated between 1260 and 1390. That should have settled the debate, right? Wrong. Many experts argue the test was contaminated by repairs to the fabric after a fire in 1532. Plus, pollen analysis found grains from Middle Eastern plants, including those from Jerusalem. And the blood? Tests show it's type AB with traces of bilirubin, which appears in people under extreme stress, like torture. But how was the image formed? No one knows for sure. Theories range from radiation from a miraculous event, like the resurrection, to artistic frauds using pigments or chemical vapors. A 2018 study used forensic technology and concluded the bloodstains match those of a real crucified man. This makes you wonder, what if it's authentic? It could change the history of Christianity forever. But the shroud isn't the only mysterious Christian relic. Let's talk about the true cross, the pieces of wood where Jesus was supposedly crucified. According to legend, Saint Helena, mother of Emperor Constantine, found the cross in Jerusalem in the 4th century. She excavated the crucifixion site and found 3 crosses. To identify the true one, she touched a sick person with each, and the one that healed the person was Jesus. Fragments of this cross were spread worldwide, in the Basilica of the Holy Cross in Jerusalem, in Rome, and in churches across Europe. But there are so many fragments that if you put them together, you could build a massive cross, Calvin, the Protestant reformer, joked that you could fill a ship with all that wood, yet studies show most fragments are from Middle Eastern pine, dating to the 1st century, and there are related relics like the holy nails. They say there are at least 30 nails claimed to be the ones that pierced Jesus, but logically there should only be 4. One is in Milan Cathedral, another in Bamberg, Germany. Tests on some show ancient iron with traces of blood, but nothing conclusive. Now, imagine something even weirder. The holy foreskin. This is the foreskin of Jesus, removed during his circumcision. The Catholic Church venerated it for centuries, with relics in several churches. One was in Calcutta, Italy, until it was stolen in 1983. Theologians debated whether, after the resurrection, the foreskin ascended to heaven with Jesus or stayed on earth. It sounds crazy, but it was taken seriously in the Middle Ages, with festivals dedicated to it. Thankfully, the modern church discourages this veneration. Switching to Islam, there's the footprint of Muhammad in Istanbul. It's a mark in stone said to be the Prophet's footprint from his ascension to heaven. Kept in the Topkapi Palace Museum, it draws devout Muslims. But scientists say it could be a natural formation or ancient carving. Still, its history dates back to the 7th century. Another Islamic relic is the cloak of Muhammad, also in Istanbul. They say the Prophet gave it to a poet, and it was passed to caliphs. It's wool with embroidery, displayed on special occasions. In Buddhism, the tooth of Buddha is famous, kept in the Temple of the Tooth in Kandy, Sri Lanka. According to legend, after Buddha's cremation in 483 BCE, a tooth was saved and taken to Ceylon. The tooth is huge, larger than a human tooth, leading some to think it's from an elephant. But devotees say it's miraculous and grows on its own. There are annual festivals where the tooth is paraded on an elephant. Studies show it's a canine tooth, possibly animal, but faith persists. Back to Christianity, the Sudarium of Oviedo is another mysterious cloth. In Spain, it's a cloth said to have covered Jesus' face after death. It has bloodstains that perfectly match those on the Shroud of Turin, same blood type, same marks. Forensic analyses from 2016 confirmed the stains are from a man who died by asphyxiation, like crucifixion. Coincidence, or proof both covered the same body? The veil of Veronica is famous. A woman wiped Jesus' face on the Via Dolorosa, and his image was imprinted on the cloth. There are versions in Rome, at St. Peter's Basilica, and in Manopello, Italy. The Manopello one is transparent, like muslin, with an image visible on both sides without pigments. Scientists call it acheropoieta, not made by human hands. How is that possible? No one can explain. Now, St. Relics, the incorrupt body of St. Francis Xavier in Goa, India. He died in 1552, but his body didn't decay. It's still displayed with intact skin, though shrunken. Doctors examined it and found no embalming. It's attributed to a miracle, similar to the body of Saint Catherine Labouré in Paris, intact since 1876. Science says environmental conditions help, but devotees see divinity. The blood of Saint Januarius in Naples. It's dried blood that liquefies 3 times a year during festivals. If it doesn't liquefy, it's a sign of disaster, like in 1980, before an earthquake. Chemists tried replicating it with thixotropy, where blood turns liquid with agitation. But the mystery persists. Why only on certain dates? Lost relics add drama. The Ark of the Covenant, a gold-covered chest with the tablets of the law, lost after the destruction of Solomon's temple in 587 BCE. Theories: hidden in Jerusalem, taken to Ethiopia, or destroyed by Babylonians. In the Church of St. Mary of Zion, in Aksum, Ethiopia, they claim it's kept, but only one monk can see it. Explorers tried, but never confirmed. And the Holy Grail, the cup from the Last Supper which caught Jesus' blood. Arthurian legends place it in England, but candidates include the Chalice of Valencia in Spain, made of ancient agate. Analyses show it's from the 1st century, from the Middle East. But is it real? No one knows. Another, the Holy Lance, which pierced Jesus' side. Versions exist in Vienna, Rome, and Armenia. The Vienna one was analyzed. Iron from the 7th century, not the 1st. But Hitler coveted it for supposed powers. During World War II, it was hidden, adding mystery. Bizarre relics, the milk of the Virgin Mary, ampoules with white drops claimed as Mary's milk. One in Chartres, France. Analyses show chalk or inorganic material, but it was venerated for fertility. The hair and nails of St. Clare in Assisi, cut before her death, kept as relics. They look normal, but devotees pray to them. The head of St. Oliver Plunkett in Drogheda, Ireland. Executed in 1681, his mummified head is displayed. Dark skin, sunken eyes, creepy, but it draws pilgrims. The heart of St. Camillus in Rome, removed after death intact, used in healings. Now Jewish relics, the bones of Joseph carried by Moses from Egypt, buried in Shechem, but the site is disputed. Hindu relics, the hair of Vishnu in Tirupati. Millions donate hair, but the temple has ancient relics.